What's going on, everybody? Cassie Haynes from Bodyslam.net, owner and founder, and I'm here along with my man Mike Hamley. And we're here with another episode of our special GCW Road to Hammerstein Interview Series, and I'm here with my good friend Emil Jay. What's up, my man?
Happy to be here with you guys. Something got a little something coming up in a couple weeks.
Yeah,
or in a few days, or whenever it is that you hear this, or it already happened, or who knows.
But currently we are what, 12 days out as of today. I think it's still drop in a couple of days, so it'll be within just a few days. But yeah, we're only 12 days out, man, from the show. This is less than 2 weeks now.
Yeah, the other day, I was just standing around in my kitchen. I just kind of looked at the calendar, and I was like, oh shit, it's in 2 weeks. Like, the biggest show of my life is in 2 weeks. And I don't feel nervous yet. I feel like I have to throw in that word "yet" in there.
Yeah.
Because I feel like once I get, let's keep it a buck. Like, I've been in the Manhattan Center before twice for Ring of Honor Final Battle 2007 weekend. But I have never been in the Hammerstein Ballroom. So it's going to be a moment when I'm in there.
Did you ever expect your first time in that building is going to be announcing in it and not attending a show at it?
Yeah, that was like one of, if not the first thing I thought of when I really put it in perspective. Like, oh, after the video played and Brett said, we're doing the fucking Hammerstein, and I was like pumped up, and then after that initial thing wore off, I was like, wait a second, like, I've never even been in there before. My first time there, I'm gonna be ringing it. That's crazy. That's just it's going to be a different experience for me, I think.
I think it's going to be a different experience for everybody, man, because we were talking before, this is like the biggest wrestling crowd ever in this building. And
the people that's another cool thing too.
Yeah, and the amount of companies that have been in there before, before you, that couldn't put these many asses in the seats. And then here you guys come and do it. That says something, man, especially with all the people that
and
doubted you guys and tried to discredit what you guys are doing, and then here you are, setting records and doing it fast. Like, that was what, 2 days? I think was it almost 3 days sellout.
2 days, yeah. And so you talk about like the companies that were there before. So what you had, WWF, you had
ECW.
Ring of Honor, you had ECW, you had Impact. Did Impact come there?
I'm pretty sure Impact's been there. Yeah.
Impact and New Japan.
So that's some pretty good company, man. You know what I mean? Especially
that's it. That's it. But those are the only 5, right?
Right. I'm pretty sure. I'm not mistaken. Yeah, I think you're right. And like I said,
I'm
you've
pretty certain
you put more tickets out than any of those did. So that's fucking awesome, dude. And I was telling Charlie, when I was talking to Charlie Tiger, I was telling him, I was like, so I was kind of just waiting, because I was like, I'll be able to get in regardless. I'll be able to pick up a ticket, even if it sells out. And then I realized on like that second day when I was talking to like Gage, I saw that it was like 5 tickets were left. I was like, oh shit, this might be a little harder to get in than I thought. Like, I might as well just try to pick up a ticket. And I went and looked. I ended up buying the 4th to last ticket before they were completely sold out. And so, yeah.
Oh man, I remember that night,
dude. That night.
I remember the night that we were like it was like
2:30 in the morning.
I don't know. Yeah, I kept refreshing the page because like it kept going down and down, and like every 5-10 minutes I would like refresh the page and look at it, like, oh shit, there's even less now. Like, and then I was like, yo, this is really gonna sell out. Like, all we got is like people announced. Like, we don't even have matches. Like, there's nothing. It's just people.
And it wasn't even a lot of the people weren't even announced yet. It was just a few of them. Like they just some sprinkled. You know, it's crazy, man.
Yeah, no card at all.
And now you look at it. You look at what the card's like shaping up to be.
Yeah.
You know,
like we had today. That was a big announcement we had today with Ruby and Allie.
Huge,
bro.
Insane match. Insane.
And it looks like we're getting. Looks like we're getting. Which wink. We're getting AJ and Eddie. Which that's going to happen up here. It looks like apparently too. And that's going to be fucking.
I hope sick, bro. So. I mean, Eddie. I mean, because Eddie was on something today as we record this. Where he was responding to AJ's challenge, and he was like, "Yeah, I'll smack the shit out of AJ," and he was like, "Yeah, provided I get medically cleared."
Yeah,
because to me, I mean, I don't know if this this is just what I thought happened. I don't know. I didn't read anything, but he took a pretty nasty German suplex onto his shoulder from Gabriel Kidd on that New Japan Strong.
Okay.
And it looked like his shoulder got pretty fucked up.
I've seen his shoulders in the tape, so I guess that's probably why. Then I didn't realize that was what he did.
Yeah, I don't know if there was something. I don't. Then again, I don't know when they taped that versus when the last time he's been seen on AEW TV. I don't know any of the inner workings. I'm just saying the last time I saw Eddie Kingston in the ring.
I saw him work Joey. I saw him work Joey.
Match with Janela.
On Saturday. I was there. I was at. It was in Charlotte. I was at that, dude. It was on Dark tonight. I guess this is Tuesday, so it was on Dark tonight, wasn't it?
Yeah,
dude. Yeah, that I watched it in person. That shit was awesome. It was awesome.
Yeah,
worth checking out. Dude. You need to go watch that. Joey and him tore it the fuck down.
That's on what, YouTube?
Yeah, it's on their YouTube. It's on AEW's YouTube channel. So yeah, it's for free, so everybody can watch that. And that was probably. The crowd was more excited, one of the most excited for that than anything on the actual TV show. Well, Dustin, everybody was more into Dustin, I thought, than I was expecting. But yeah, when Joey came out and Eddie,
Dustin's pretty fucking amazing. Dustin is one of the best wrestlers they have on their roster.
Yeah, but it's funny too. On paper, when you saw that as the replacement, everybody was kind of like, like disappointed. But then when the match happened, the crowd was insane, and Twitter seemed to enjoy it because I was there, so I was following from the seats.
Which one was that?
Battle of the Belts, Dustin and Sammy this weekend.
Dustin will still show up for a big match.
Bro, he did that Canadian Destroyer off the apron through the table. Killer. But
I didn't get to see any of that.
But that's how they
see any of that show yet, unfortunately.
So they put Joey and Eddie after that though, and he wrestled. They went hard, so it looked like he was cleared Saturday. So I'd assume that he's still cleared as of today, unless Joey beat him up too bad, and then you can just blame Joey. So you'll be able to do that. You can talk shit if he ruins this match, then it's on him, then right. So,
I guess I think it'll be okay.
I think it'll be okay.
We'll go for it. I don't think Eddie's gonna pass up the chance to wrestle at Hammerstein.
Oh, I don't think so.
Being a New York native.
No.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't want to say anything.
He was one of the first. Obviously. He was one of the first graphics put out too.
Announcements.
Yeah.
He was.
So I assume that you'll probably have to kill him to make him not be there. I would guess at this point.
Exactly.
Hell, even if he wasn't,
and especially like OG SGC against kind of like current SGC. Like that's a match, man.
That's a match,
bro.
That's
a big match.
Honestly, even if
there's a lot of matches, man, that we're gonna see. Like, I mean, I'm not
looking forward to the undercard too.
Knowledge. Oh yeah, like I don't know anything that like is about to happen before the match gets announced. Like I'm not privy to the match lineups before they get announced. Like I honestly like it that way. Brett keeps everything close,
pretty tight
for a reason. And damn, every time there's like an announcement, it's like damn, like it's like we're just having banger matches like crazy. Like Gresham
Christian, that's gonna be killer.
And Christian, and then you got that Lucha 6-man is going to be out of this world, man. Jesus.
Yeah, I forgot about that one already. That's now that's team Gringo versus team. Who's the other team? It's team Perez. Yeah. That's gonna be sick. I forgot about that match. But yeah, I honestly, I saw the card. I saw some leaked stuff from the card, but I wasn't gonna put it out there because I was like, this is gonna be too much fun. I'm gonna let that. I don't want to spoil anything. But everything that's been announced so far has been something that was on what I saw, and if everything that continues to happen that was what I saw, the card looks awesome. There's like 3 or 4 other things that I was privy to look at, but yeah, this is going to be probably one of the best wrestling cards of the year, and it's only the first month.
It's only January.
It's only January.
Yeah,
so the rest of the year's got a lot to keep up with.
Brett's got 11 more months of
he's setting the bar high for himself early. You know what I mean?
Dude, we're setting a bar high for ourselves this weekend in Detroit and Chicago. Shit. Both of those cards are ridiculous,
bro.
I went crazy. I went crazy when I saw
going crazy right now.
Mm-hmm.
When I saw Tony Deppen and Mike Bailey got announced,
that's insane.
My jaw hit the ground.
That's a crazy match. That Chicago show. Let's talk I know we're supposed to talk about Hammerstein real quick.
No. The point of this is the road to it. This is the road to Hammerstein.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
We're here to put
in one night,
GCW over.
You got
as a whole.
You got Briscoes and Rejects.
Yeah. That's gonna fucking hump. That's gonna be a banger. They're gonna beat the shit out of each other. Dude. They're gonna beat the goddamn shit out of each other.
You got Gresham Scorpio. You got AJ PCO. Deppen Bailey is on that show.
That's the Chicago show, right?
Yeah, Chicago.
So that is Chicago's on the 15th.
Matt Cardona
Saturday, right?
versus Ricky Morton.
Ricky Morton.
What
Insane.
the fuck is this card? Jeff Jarrett's on the thing. Like this card, what? This card is nuts, bro.
Man, I remember a couple months ago, you and I, when we were in Queens, after Emo Fight, we were talking about this run how crazy your run of ring announcing's been, and just the people that you were at that time, like getting to be in the ring and share a ring with. And this was before Mick Foley, and you know what I mean, and all that. And then when I saw you in Atlantic City, and now this month, dude, you got Kevin Nash this weekend. You got fucking Rhino.
Just announced Scotty Too Hottie.
Sabu
2 weeks ago.
Sabu, Scotty Too Hottie.
Yeah, dude, Scotty.
Dude, you are on.
Hey, how about this? I get to ring announce what could be perhaps the last ever Jimmy Jacobs versus Alex Shelley match.
Wow, dude. I forgot that was on the card this weekend, too.
For me, that goes crazy because, I remember ordering tapes, or ordering, trading, whatever, acquiring, MIRC, what's up? I was downloading shit on MIRC shit too. It was nuts. I was acquiring IWA Mid-South shit all the time, 03, 04, 05. Steady watching those Shelley Jacobs matches, and now this might be the last one on the, and I get to be a part of it. That's sick for me. The first ever tag team of Too Cold Scorpio and Ricky Morton. What the fuck?
Dude. That's 1992 WCW missed the boat on that tag team at one point because they didn't have a partner for either team. And how did they not just pair them together instead of sticking just some this is gonna be awesome. I can't wait, man. I love watching you too, because you love wrestling. You love wrestling more than I think than most people that do. And it shows, and you're so into this shit. That's why I really love seeing you be able to, ring announce for these people, these legends, these guys that you grew up watching, and it's so fucking cool, man.
I love wrestling almost a little bit too much. I watch, I take so much of it in just from like everywhere. I just can't get enough. Like, feed it all to me. I want to be like the intro of Robot Chicken. Or I'm like, just like, got my eyes all the way open with a machine with like 85 TVs in front of me, all playing something different.
That's fucking great. Yeah.
I think you said, you said earlier your matches you enjoyed watching last year was like almost 1,000.
Almost 1,000. I got to 967 last year, and I just started compiling my list. Well, compiling all of my weekly lists into one main list, comprehensive list for 2021. Like, prior to this recording, I got through April 1st, and I'm at 241. So I'm on pace to get in and around the same neighborhood, so we'll see what happens. Also, like, I started traveling a lot more in the second half of the year, so that, you know, that affects things. I wasn't able to watch as much being, you know, on the road or on a airplane or whatever, or sleep. Somewhere.
I like that you sound almost apologetic right now for like not watching enough wrestling when that's more wrestling than most people would have consumed in the year by a long shot.
It was you went very up and down. You're like, I watched way too much wrestling. It's almost bad. And then at the end, you're like, I'm sorry, I don't watch enough wrestling. Yeah, you went like,
I mean, I'm sorry, like, I'm apologetic kind of to myself. Like, I wish I watched a little bit more. like, and then, like, as I'm going through the list, I'm like, oh shit, I did watch that. Like, and then, like, as I'm going through it, like, in the first, like, 3 months of the year, I'm like, damn, I watched a lot of CZW. like, I just got in that mood. Or, like, yo, CZW's the shit. Of course, from the golden era, like, you know, the mid 2000s, like. But I mean, hey, that's where
that's a good segue. I was gonna say that's a good segue. You spent some time there, right? You did some stuff there with the dojo, and what did you do?
Yeah, well, my first show with them, like doing anything in an official capacity, was the Chris Cash Memorial Show in September of 2009. I did a couple commentary. Did commentary on a couple matches, and then after that I did more like bitch work, and then by the end of 2010 I slid in as part of one of the commentary teams, and then after that I left because I got like a quote unquote like real life job at a casino, and I couldn't do the shows. And then but once I came back from that, like a year and a half later, I started doing ring announcing and commentary for them. And then
here we are.
A few years after that, I started doing the Dojo Wars and shit. But like way back, you know, like in 2006, 2007, 2008, when I was still just going to shows as a fan, like a lot of the time I sat in the same part of the building as Brett Lauderdale, and that's how we met, by going to GCW shows, and we became friends like 15, 16 years ago or whatever.
That's fucking awesome.
Yeah, and now we're doing this.
Yeah, look where you are now. Like, yeah, so I mean, look where you are now. I mean, that kind of led you to this point. You know what I mean? Like, and you met Brett and shit through there too, and that's like you said, like now you are the voice of the company, and it's so unique. I've seen you talk. I've seen you get criticism online, and you handle it well. But at the same time, that you being different than every other ring announcer in wrestling is what just makes you stand out. Yeah, it's your identity. So I love it, man. You know, I've seen you before, like, defend that, and you should fuck anybody that doesn't like who you are, brother. You're one of the coolest dudes in wrestling, and I'll stand by that, man.
Thank you. Like, you know what?
It's true, brother.
You
like,
literally
a lot
look like
of the time. I don't even pay that no mind.
Yeah,
Nah.
you shouldn't.
No, but you look like the happiest person in the world doing your job every time you're out there doing it.
Exactly. So. Exactly. That's what we were talking
about.
Yeah, it goes back to what I was saying earlier.
Like I'm having a blast. I'm loving it. Like like the people that I'm announcing are loving what I'm doing for them. The fans dig, like the fans in attendance are digging it.
Yeah.
My bosses are digging it. Like the moment, like I'll know it's like it's real. Like I'll know I'm doing a bad job when Brett's like, you know what, man, we don't need you to come.
Yeah.
Then I'll be like, oh, okay.
I don't think that's going to happen. I don't think you'll do anything
until that happens.
Until that happens, yeah, I don't think that's unless you do something to get yourself canceled. I don't think you have to worry about that, brother.
And brother, that is not going to happen anytime soon. I see this dumb shit and I just shake my fucking head. Like, how can y'all be so stupid? And if you're going to do this dumb shit, how can y'all get caught too? Like, like. Damn, like my dad, like this is a piece of advice my dad always taught me. He said, listen, if you can't be good, don't get caught. Like that's it.
See, I kind of asked Charlie a question. I was like, because similar to that, I was like, so man, you guys, the people, the veterans that come through the locker room and the people that you've spoken to, that's like it's a pretty broad learning tree that you guys get to learn under, because you guys have such a unique and diverse locker room, and some of the people that come through are just, it's insane, the people that you get to like absorb knowledge from. Have you like that, like what you just said from your dad, is there anything that's a wrestler said that just stands out in your mind as far as advice, like career advice, just advice in general, that you carry with you like that?
Like it, nothing that I can attribute to like any particular person, but just like I've gotten a lot of feedback from a lot of different wrestlers that I grew up loving, watching, respecting, that are just like when I ask them, hey, what do you want for your intro tonight? Like, how do you want me to do it? And then they go to me, they're like, do you know my shit, like be you, just do whatever you want. And I'm
that's
like,
the biggest compliment you can get right there,
I remember Get Lost a lot when it was Homicide and Minoru Suzuki, and Homicide told me a variation of that, and Homicide was one of my favorites. I used to be front row every Ring of Honor Philadelphia show there was, like, from 04 through 07, 08. He was one of my guys, and he's like, yeah, you can do whatever you want, man. You know my shit, like make it you, be you. And then like that was supposed to be his like last match. That was going to be his retirement match. Like at that time, he didn't tell anybody, like, but in his head, that's what it was going to be. But like, so for him to like, I don't know, like all of those pieces put together to me was like, wow, that's a pretty big deal. Like, this isn't just any other regular match for him. Like, this is like this is his last match ever. And he was like letting me be me for his intro. Like, wow, that's sick. Shit like that.
It's a big honor, man. People trust your work. They know what you do, and then that you'll add that little bit of extra to it that makes it just that much more special. It's such a unique feel for GCW too. Just the way you do things, man. It's great. Mike, what do you got? You got some more stuff, Mike's. Oh, sorry, buddy.
Well, speaking of that, actually, how did the Nick Gage intro come to be?
Oh, yeah. So basically, that was like a big day. Like that was kind of the day that changed my announcing career forever. It was Game Changer Wrestling Art of War. It was July 29th, 2016. It was the week before the Onita match with Tremont. No, so 2017, excuse me, 2017 it was. And we get to the venue, and like within like 30 seconds of me being out of the car, somebody else to me, yo, Emil, you want to dab? And I'm like, yeah, fuck yeah, cool. Because I thought I was just doing commentary. I was just commentary at that point in time. Low Life Louie, I think, was doing ring announcing, Larry Legend sometimes. Like I was just commentary at that point in time. So I'm outside, I'm hanging out, I'm partying. I'm like, okay, I'm good and high, ready to do some fun commentary on a crazy ass wrestling show. And then I go inside and they're like, hey, you need to ring announce. And I'm like, oh, what? Okay, what the fuck? What? Why? Because like I didn't have a change of clothes. I was nervous. Like I was just wearing I was wearing a Bam Bam Bigelow shirt and a bootleg fucking WWF hat, jeans, fucking whatever. I was like, yo, I don't even have anything to wear. They were like, just wear that, be you. So that was the first thing.
Yeah.
That changed my shit. I was like, what? Oh, okay. That's cool.
Yeah. No, dude, that's great.
And then it was Nick Gage versus Matt Riddle, and I just said a bunch of shit. I just said, it was like the real baby version of what it turned into, but I just said MDK all fucking day on a whim, and it stuck. And that's probably one of the coolest fucking things is how no bullshit, because Gage was running with the MDK thing, MDK gang, whatever. And then in the intro, I was just vibing and feeling the shit, and I was like, it's MDK all fucking day. And then I was like, oh shit, that sounded cool. and then from there we got merch about it. People were in the crowd, people before the show, people would just yell MDK, and other people would yell all fucking day. I'm like, that's cool. I just kind of freestyle that shit, and it's a thing.
Oh, you got the whole everyone in the building is coming right along with you, spitting it word for word throughout, through half the building there.
Yeah, that's crazy. And Hammerstein, because Gage is back, bro. We heard him at I did commentary with him at VXS. He's back on the scene. He's gotta be there. I hope he is. I need
at least in some capacity, right? Yeah.
I need this. I need to do that shit in front of that many people. It's gonna be an out of body experience, man.
Yeah, that'd be something. And speaking of freestyle, Mike, that leads us a nice segue to your next question about. So you just won a freestyle rap battle. Last weekend or 2 weekends ago? I can't remember my time.
Undefeated battle rapper.
Undefeated battle rapper. So Mike, let's set you up. Hit him off with your rap questions.
I have one actually. I had someone I know, someone was interviewing you, so they wanted me to ask you who your favorite battlers are.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I like that question a lot. Okay, so right now, historically speaking, I've always loved Charlie Clips and Pat Stay, Illmaculate, Thesaurus, Big K. Let's see, where else do I want to go? I really love Pass. Bill Collector right now is crazy good. Real Sick. One of the more recent guys, but has really come a long way in a short time. The Arsenal, of course. Where I want to go? K-Shine. Like, yeah, I could.
You could go all day. It
I
sounds
could
like
just.
shit.
Yeah. I really enjoy battle rap.
Well,
And
that's
also Marv One and Quest McCody out of Detroit. I actually got to meet that. I invited them to the first show we did in Detroit. They came through. They were super cool. They were like one of the first duos, battle rap duos I ever watched. Me and my boy Mook used to watch them, and we used to try to be them. We used to try to pretend to be like them. Like when we would like try to pretend to be rappers, we wanted to be like them. And I got to tell them that, and they were like super cool and appreciative of that. So
it's awesome.
Those guys too, for sure.
And so that was in Detroit, you said, which is you'll be back this weekend. You'll be there this weekend, right? Is that
in a couple days?
That's Friday.
Friday
night. Friday night. So that's the 14th in Detroit then.
Yeah,
Ricky Swan's gonna be there too. That's gonna be sick,
dude. And I'm gonna hear you. I'm excited for your Rhino introduction. We were talking about that. Mike and I were off air earlier.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, have you been full one?
Have you been working through it?
The last time, when I get there, I'll figure out what he wants me to say. You know,
I got you. I didn't know if you were like,
no, because I've gotten to do Rhino 2 or 3 times before, at like different like indie, like different jersey shots. When he would be randomly booked. So like it's cool. Rhino's a cool dude, but for this GCW show, it's gonna be upped because it's in fucking Detroit.
Yeah,
and it's against
backyard.
Fucking Cardona, you know, like
that's your boy, isn't it?
Yeah,
it's your guy. That's your homie. Man.
Yeah.
Oh, come on, man.
Dude, he made out some today. Matt, when he dropped that tidbit, or was it today or yesterday, about Ricky Morton never having an action figure, blew my fucking mind. I was like, how is that possible?
Is that true? Really? Like, I feel like he had a galoob. But I could have made that up.
No, dude, I went through all the galoobs. There was a fabulous Freebirds, but that was like I think only in the UK. Those are really hard to get for the most part.
Yeah, so it wasn't even no UK exclusive like Big Josh. Like
that is
like Big Josh. El Gigante.
They made no.
They had El Gigante was a UK one too, but they did not have one for Ricky and Robert because I don't know why. And then I guess that when they did the next run a few years later, before they went to San Francisco or whatever, he didn't have one there either. But I would have thought that WWE would have put out a Legends series figure at some point.
No, because like.
Not.
That's wild.
Well, I guess that means that who are they? What, Zombie Sailor? Zombie Sailor probably gonna put out one because aren't they cool? They're cool with the Major Brothers, right?
Probably. I don't remember.
Aren't they the ones that put out the They put out the Brian Myers Hasbro. They put out the Zach Cardona. Excuse me. Zach Cardona.
That's probably who it is. I can't remember off the top of my head. I'm bad with
Jeff Jarrett. They put out the Jeff Jarrett orange card Hasbro. I feel like that's them, and I feel like if that's something that Cardona said, I feel like one day maybe we can get a Ricky Morton Hasbro figure, which would be sick.
Dude, Ricky Morton is one of my favorites of all time, and like, dude, Carrie, I love this dude. I love Carrie. I love watching his son wrestle. And those are my guys because I've known Carrie since he was like 7. He's like 7 years old because when he was a little dude, he was always with Ricky at these shows, and I would be hanging out with like Chase Owens and Ricky and some of the other East Tennessee guys riding around, and Carrie would be little dude just rolling around with the boys, and he was better than half the guys on these shithole indie shows when he was like 7 to 12 years old. So I was like, God, this guy's gonna be something when he's older.
You know what match would be super sick? Yeah, I don't know if it's possible or if it even happened before, but like Ricky and Carrie Martin versus Steve and Colby Carino.
Dude, that would be sick. I don't know if Steve can Steve, does he still wrestle at all? I think he does a little bit sometimes down his.
He wrestled Colby last year.
Yeah, in North Carolina and their PWF. That's Colby's or Steve's company, I think, down in North Carolina here that they have.
Right. So like, what if Steve booked that? Like, what if
that would be awesome?
Like, dude, so the Carinos versus the Mortons.
So the night before because Ricky's going to be at Hammerstein.
Juice.
Ricky's at Hammerstein. Yeah. I saw his graphic. So you
know
where he's doing
Detroit and Chicago.
Do you know what Ricky's doing the night before Hammerstein on the 22nd? I do, because he's down here in my area. So he's in Greenville or Spartanburg, South Carolina. It's the Rock and Roll Express versus FTR.
Yes, I do know.
FTR,
yes.
Bro. We talked because you and I talked about this match. That's what maybe when we were in a fucking Uber on our way out of a bar in Queens, I think we were talking about this
Queens,
match.
Yep.
Yeah, you and I were like, dude, how sick would it be to see the Rock and Roll Express and FTR? And then we talked about the Briscoes and FTR too. And then that's so much stuff we talked about that night is coming to like fruition. You manifested it that night, I feel like. But
and not only that, but I also, God, there was when SGC versus the Briscoes.
Yeah, you did. You talked about that. We were texting that night too about that, dude. So you I feel like a lot of this has to do with you putting it out into the world, the universe.
Yeah, you need to speak your fantasy booking out loud now.
Dude, people listen to you, bro. That's what I was saying. Yeah. Did I show you that match, the fucking George South and Colby death match? Did I show you that? Did I send you the link?
I saw clips of it. Yeah, I saw clips.
I'm gonna send you the whole fucking thing. I've got the whole match. I'll send you the link to watch it, dude. That is insane. I want that match so bad in GCW. You have no idea how the crowd would go. Bro, he comes out to fucking Journey. Could you imagine a GCW crowd like with George South's old, like just amazing ass coming out singing "Don't Stop Believing"? God damn it, they would go nuts for him. That's what he comes out to. "Don't Stop Believing" by Journey. Yeah, Believing, that song. That's what he comes out to.
"Don't Stop Believing" by Journey versus "Separate Ways" by Journey. George South versus Matt Tremont death match.
Oh my god! Or I just want to see him and Colby.
That's gotta happen.
That dude, just George South is the death match world that he opened up. Doing that AML match is just amazing to me. But I think he
would
trusts
he ever
Colby
do it
so
again?
Much. I think he would do it with Colby because he trusts Colby so much.
Would he do it with Matt Tremont?
I don't know. You'd have to talk to Colby about that more than or George, but I know that I think he'd probably do it with Colby. Just because
Journey versus Journey would go so sick in the death match.
But yeah, I'll send you that link because as a wrestling fan like you need to see that. It was something else. It was like as I was saying that night, I was there live for it. That was one of my favorite matches I've ever seen in person. Like, and I've seen a lot of fucking good wrestling in person, and it just because it was so unexpected, you know. It was just I never would have expected George South to do that match, and then when I saw it, he did it so well, and they did such a good story together, the two of them too, because like I said, they've years of that's like his trainer, you know what I mean? So it was just well done just to see him do that match. But
nothing is off the table in wrestling these days, man. No. Who knows?
And the spotlight you guys have, it's just like you got to do a match like that, it would be just worth it with the amount of attention it would get with your the platform that GCW brings. Mike, what else? You got a lot of stuff. Mike, what else you got to touch on here before I get too distracted and we get too off topic?
Honestly, we've ripped through a lot of it just like naturally. Oh. Yeah, like so much of this has come up organically in conversation. I've been just kind of like checking it off as I've gone along.
That happens.
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
I do have there's a Discord that I'm in, so I kind of curated a couple of questions that from there you got fans, Emma.
A lot of fans.
Yeah, brother. You got fans, and I did get a couple of questions. The Nick Gage intro was one of them, and your favorite battlers was one of them. I kind of just snuck them in there. I've got a who's your dream entrance to announce, and why is it Samoa Joe?
Ooh, yeah, it is Samoa Joe. Because Samoa, like, I remember like the first, like, I had begged my dad for like a solid year. Like, oh, we got to go to Ring of Honor. Like, what the fuck? Like, come on, like, let's go. And then finally, when they announced that they were going to be working together with All Japan for Final Battle 2003, way back in the day. I remember like when that announcement came in, I marched into my parents' bedroom. I said, Dad, we need to go to Final Battle 2003. I need it for my birthday, for my Christmas, for any. And I said, All Japan is coming. Great Muda's coming. Hasayashi's coming. Satoshi Kojima's coming. I need to see those guys. I need it. And then he finally relented. So then we finally went. But the moral of the story is,
miracle.
It certainly was. But the Ring of Honor World Title match was goddamn Samoa Joe versus Mark Briscoe. Oh, what a match. What a match. And Mark Briscoe was like 19 years old, maybe. I don't fucking know. But I remember on the drive home, I said to my dad, I said, and my cousin was with us too, I said, Samoa Joe is my favorite wrestler in the world right now. Right now, today, that just happened. Samoa Joe is my favorite. And it stayed that way for literally 4, 5, 6, probably a solid 4 years until I became very enamored with Chris Hero. But all of my formative years as a Ring of Honor fan, banging the guardrails until my hands were beat red.
Dude.
And fucking Samoa Joe was my guy.
Yeah, no, I remember I hurt my hands on those fucking the signs, the metal Ring of Honor signs that were over the guardrails. I'd end up like at the end of the night being like, God, my hand fucking just fucked up. But it was worth every fucking slap.
I'm
every Ring of Honor, like every Ring of Honor show I left, I was sweating with a beaten hand. I was spent. I would chant my head off at all times, clapping for everything, banging my hand on the goddamn gimmick. And like, honestly, like, I remember the energy. Watch how I'm going to cycle it back. I remember the energy from back in those days, 05, 06, 07 Ring of Honor. When I was in that Melrose Ballroom for Get Lost a Lot, Homicide Suzuki, I felt that shit. I felt that energy. And we go...
Wait till January 23rd.
Dude, yeah, it's nothing.
Yeah.
Well, dude,
there's gonna be peak Ring of Honor vibes in there.
I've compared it to fucking ECW's push to Barely Legal, man, when they hit pay-per-view. That's what it feels like to me, because I would live through that. Like, I got to experience some of that when I was a kid. And that's just what it reminds me of, dude. It's just like, because that was like the pivotal moment in that company's career. Like, nothing was the same for them after that. That's kind of how this feels for me with you guys, because like I've told Charlie, I told this to Gage just in chats, just texting, like, that's what this feels like with the Hammerstein. That's going to be like the high, like, that's your biggest night. You know what I mean? That's like, it's going to be different from that night on, because you're going to see like what the world's going to see you guys for the first time, that, a lot more people.
The Wrld On GCW.
Exactly.
The Wrld On GCW.
Very well titled. Very well titled. Yep. Exactly. Very well named. And that's what this reminds me of. And how about this? ECW. Let me go out on this limb right quick. You brought up ECW going to Barely Legal, the road to getting on that. Yeah.
Here's why what we're doing is cooler than what they did. Because ECW talked about it. And then they finally did it.
Yeah.
We're just doing shit. We're there. We said, what are we doing? We're going to go to the Hammerstein. Cool. Tickets go on sale. When? This day. Announce some wrestlers. Sell it out. No matches. Like, what? Like, that's crazy.
I think there's 4 or 5 wrestlers announced.
Granted, yeah, I mean, you know what? Granted, to be real, that was me talking my shit. To be real, getting on legit cable pay-per-view in 1997 and 96 was a lot more difficult than being able to do what we can do on Fight TV these days. That said, I had to talk my shit though.
Yeah, no, I mean it's like it is different. It's a different world, but you know, I mean, if they hadn't done what they did, if they hadn't done what they did, there wouldn't be Fight TV now, probably, for a platform for you guys to do what you do every other week. And like, this was crazy to me is, bro, like you guys are doing fucking Jeff Jarrett's business model better than Jeff Jarrett did Jeff Jarrett's business model of running weekly pay-per-views. You guys are running 40 pay-per-views a fucking year. You're running pretty much weekly fucking pay-per-views. And more money. Because he was doing what, $5 to $10? You guys are making more money. You're selling more of them. Yeah, $9.99 or whatever the fuck it was. So yeah, you guys are doing the same thing, basically doing it better, and doing it with, you know, yeah. So it's that I didn't realize that until I saw somebody make a comment about that on Twitter. I think it was Matt Coon, and I was like, damn, holy shit, bro, you're right. I didn't even fucking think about it like that, but that's basically the same thing. It's just
you guys are running like
I'll tell you what, man.
2 shows almost every other weekend. And selling out all of them.
Yeah.
And the buys, I'm
pretty
sure.
Much,
you know,
yeah.
Like there's a lot of eyes on GCW.
Looking at it, I mean, we had New Year's Eve, we had 2 shows. We took a weekend off. We have 2 shows this weekend. We have
2 shows.
I mean, we technically have 2 shows in New York with the Hall of Fame.
With the Hall of Fame's yours. It's not a wrestling show, but it's your. It's just Brett and y'all's production. So yeah.
It's a GCW joint.
So then, you know, exactly. You got a couple in New York, a weekend off. Then it's Texas, 2 shows then, weekend off. Then it's Atlantic City, 2 shows. Then it's fucking Los Angeles, 2 shows. You know what I mean? So it's
and then you guys are debuting in Atlanta in fucking March.
And like,
March 12th, bro.
Yeah, is there going to be something that Friday? Is there going to be something on Sunday? Is like I'm waiting.
The 12th
is I'm waiting to hear.
The 12th is a Saturday.
It's a Saturday.
It's
a Saturday. I know it.
Yeah, because my birthday is the 9th on a Wednesday, so that's my birthday weekend. So I can't wait.
March 9th.
Yeah, I can't wait for you guys to be down there to celebrate GCW weekend the couple days after my birthday. Because I'll be there for that one.
Born on the same day Biggie Smalls died. Well, not.
I know, dude. I tell people that all the time, man. It's same day. Yeah, I tell people that all the time, dude. Yeah, because he was 97, right? Or was it 96?
Yeah,
it was 97 or 96, but yeah, it was March 9th.
97. Because Tupac was in fall of 96. September. Yeah. Dude, and I share a birthday with Rick Steiner. That's another March 9th birthday. That's sick. Rick Steiner is very good.
He's still
a wrestler.
He's still getting around all right. Did you see did you watch it? So random, but you watched NXT tonight because we did this after NXT. Did you watch some of that?
I was on my television.
What do you think of his son, man?
Ron Breaker's really good. I wish he was on TV today.
He did an interview and that was it. But
yeah,
well, I wanted
main event tonight was okay.
I
like the main event.
What was it?
The main event was
Grayson Waller, AJ Styles.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I wanted to pay attention to it, but I was like, I wanted to power through the typing of my favorite of the matches I enjoyed watching last year. So, I just powered through. I didn't pay attention.
So
unfortunately, matches... Grayson Waller and AJ Styles will not be making my 2022 list. Damn.
Well,
missed it.
That's a good segue to a question I had from somebody that sent me some questions for you, and it's speaking of matches, it's what do you think is the most slept on or obscure match or just match in general from WCW people should watch? Because you watch a lot of old WCW. We've talked about this a lot. You and I have off the air before. So let's run down some of your favorite WCW stuff that people probably need to check out or that you can think of, because you've got a fucking gold mine of WCW content at your disposal.
I would say that. How do I want to approach this question? WCW. So I feel like I want to suggest to everybody that if they haven't watched these 2 pay-per-views, that they need to watch these 2 pay-per-views immediately. Spring Stampede 1994 and 1999. Both Spring Stampede. Both of those shows are incredible. You'll get very good WCW, like the feeling of it, that WCW.
Both ends,
and I
you
don't
get the early WCW where it's like really cheesy and not that, and not edgy.
Yeah,
and then
I don't mean yuck. I don't mean yuck in a bad way, but I just mean like when you like,
I know what you mean.
like when you
I know exactly
draw
what
it up,
you mean.
Yeah, WCW, like the fucking
I know what you mean.
vibe
Because 94 was in Chicago too. Like that was the Chicago pay per view.
Yes.
And what was that? That was Ric Flair and
Steamboat.
Yes. Okay.
And
Flair and Steamboat.
which brings me to another thing that I was going to say about, you hear about Flair Steamboat, you hear about their trio of matches from '89, then you see the Spring Stampede match. But if you can, if you have the ability, it's the match that they had in May of 1994 after Spring Stampede that year that they had on Saturday night. They had a match on Saturday night that went for about 45 minutes. That's fucking phenomenal. And not a lot of people talk about that shit anymore because it happened on Saturday night in 1994, and it's not widely available. Like, it's not on Peacock right now, but I don't know if it's available on like Daily Motion or fucking VK or goddamn YouTube or wherever. Yeah, like that match is stellar.
That Spring Stampede card had some good shit. It had Sting and Rick Rude.
The 99 one was amazing.
Sting and Rude.
Sting and Rude, and you got Austin and Muda, bro, was on that card too. I looked it up.
Also, Big Van
the 99
Vader
one was,
Bubba. But in 99, you had fucking Juventud and Blitzkrieg. You had
that match is awesome.
Rey Mysterio and Billy Kidman.
The tag, the singles that they had against each other, right?
Yeah, and then there was
Benoit
and Malenko.
Benoit and Malenko against Raven and Saturn.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, and then the Four Corners title match, DDP, Sting, Hogan,
Flair.
Flair. Yeah.
And Goldberg Nash.
Refereed by
Randy Savage. Yeah.
Yeah.
Randy Savage referee.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like a sick ass show.
And fucking Mikey Whipwreck and Sandman were on that card. Bam Bam Bigelow and Sandman, or Hack.
Yep. Bam Bam
Hack
and
Chastity.
Hack. That match goes fucking crazy. Did you get? Yeah, that's a sick show.
I think.
Yeah, dude.
Like that's one of the best pay-per-views of all time. Like for real.
I'm putting.
And
that
I
one
feel
on
like
my,
people are like, "Oh, WCW 1999."
Dude,
no,
it's so good.
It fucking ruled.
That's when Vampiro was.
WCW is. Vampiro was amazing. That was guy,
Vampiro
bro.
run, dude. Same. I interviewed him a couple last year, and it's one of my favorite interviews I've ever did, dude. It's amazing. He talked about.
He's awesome.
He was talking about how he had to perform an exorcism on himself to get rid of those demons that had possessed him from when he was doing a TV show at a haunted, some haunted building in Colombia or some fucking country in South America. And he got like a demon or something possessed him. And he was, dude, so Vampiro is awesome. He tells some crazy ass stories. And he's just one of my favorites.
He also seems out of his fucking mind.
He's out of his mind, but he's so cool, dude.
Cool.
He grabbed this fucking random thing. He's like, I want to show you the coolest thing I have in my house. And he runs off camera. And he comes running back he's like, I don't know if you'll be able to see it. And it's this rock. And he's like, it's a piece of a meteorite. And he pulls it up to the camera and you can see through it. You can't see it. It looks like just a piece of coal until he puts it up to the camera. And then all of a sudden we can see through it. And it's like, it was fucking cool, man. It's just
That's crazy.
Dude, Vampiro is awesome as fuck, man. I love that guy. So, like, yeah, interviewing him was great. It was right before that documentary. Did you see his new documentary, that Nail in the Coffin?
No. Like, I have to be fair, I have fallen out of my Vampiro fandom considerably from when I was a 13-year-old. Like, and I don't mean that in like a disparaging way. It's just that, like, at that point in my life, like, Vampiro was the coolest guy ever, and like since then, like in the 15 to 20 years since, I haven't really gone back to it, but like I fondly remember him for a good period of time in my youth. And I don't really keep
the whole Misfits thing tabs was great.
That like, so he told me a story
with Jerry
about that.
Only.
Yeah, he told us the story about that because so how that came to be, because it was random. Somebody was interviewing Bischoff on our channel too, and they were doing an interview and they were talking about the Misfits thing and how like that came. And Bischoff didn't remember how the Misfits even became to be part of that storyline. And I just started chiming in. I was like typing on I turned into the cat, like doing the fast typing, like I know how it did it. It was this, just this. So because he told us about it, he said that he just happened to be in whatever it was, Detroit or whatever city they were in, doing Nitro that night. And across the street playing were the Misfits, across like the arena, the little club across the street were playing, and they ended up being done, or it was the night before or something. But anyway, they were like right across the street. He just went across and just asked him, like, hey, I'm doing this wrestling thing. Do you just want to come over and maybe do this with us? And they were like, we'd fucking love to do it. And that's just how they got involved. Is just he just walked across the street and was like, hey, I'm a huge fan and we're doing this wrestling shit across the street. Do you want to come get involved in the angle? And that's how the Misfits got into WCW. And Bischoff was like, if that's what Vampiro said happened, I'm pretty sure that's what happened. He's like, because I don't remember, but that sounds very accurate. So I was like, that's fucking awesome.
What a simple story,
dude. That's how that's how I got a battle onto the show. Like I just started inviting battlers to the show, and then boom, like.
Yeah,
here I am doing a battle on a show. Like, okay.
So somebody sent me another battle rap question for you that I forgot to ask. So my buddy Jake says he wants to know when did you first get into battle rap, and if you remember Scribble Jam.
I definitely do remember Scribble Jam. I remember hearing about Scribble Jam a little bit here and there online. Like, and of course, like I would like when I would like search for like freestyle, whatever, like Scribble Jam would come up on like various file sharing services, but like I didn't really know what it was until after the fact. Like when it was like big, I would say Scribble Jam was biggest in 2001, 02, and 03.
LimeWire.
Probably.
I was gonna say I got it on LimeWire myself. Yeah. I remember that shit. Like in the Napster beginning of LimeWire was when I found it. So when I saw that question, I was like, I remember that.
Yeah, like I would watch like the Idea rounds. You know, like Idea was real big on Scribble Jam back in the day. I forget who were some of the other guys that. Well, anyway, but I remember like seeing that a little bit, and then, but like I really started following it seriously in like 2006 with Jump Off Street Battles, Jump Off.tv, and then they had the World Rap Championships in 2006 and 2007, and that in and of itself is a completely different conversation that I could go on for hours.
Do you think this kind of leads into this other one? He's like that my buddy sent in too, because he kind of followed up with that. He's like, do you think that that your battle rap fandom and your ability to do that kind of helps your ring announcing at all, because you're able to just kind of go off the cuff with stuff like you talked earlier, like the MDK thing was just off the way you did that, and just does that kind of, do you think it correlate and translate from one to the other a little bit better?
I do think so, yeah. Especially like, and like I hate to bring him up because he's a piece of shit and he's like canceled now and everything for good purposes. But David Starr, when he had his long ass intro, like how I committed it to memory, because like he was like, yo, I'm gonna have this long ass intro. Here you go. And the first time I tried it, I didn't have a fucking because like I don't use cue cards. I don't use I don't look at my phone. I don't do any of that. I just say shit. And it's right 99% of the time. I fuck up here and there, but
close enough, right?
For the most part, like, I know your shit. And so like the first time, like I had to like do his, like it was like all this shit. But I remember going through it as if it was like a fucking verse. I was like, here's how I'm gonna remember it. Here's the flow to it. Here's how it goes. Da 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 da. And having written rhymes before and everything like that, I feel as though that it did help me. And having the ability to be comfortable with, perhaps being, because when you write raps and shit, and people are like, oh yeah, you rap, like, okay, you spit something, like, okay, so you have to rap like 16 to 32 bars like on the spot. So like you have to be ready to just say a lot of words in a specific order at one time. And if you're not familiar with it, and if you're not comfortable with it, you're not going to be able to do that. So I do think subconsciously probably it did help, because in my brain I do remember remembering it as if it was a verse that I wrote.
No, that makes sense. Put rhythm to it, and it just helps you remember exactly how you deliver. Yeah, it makes the delivery and the remembering of it easier. That makes sense.
Because I would change up the ways that I would change up my vocal inflection depending on what thing it was that I said for him. Mm-hmm. And I think it's those little inflections that help me. Okay, so now I'm at this part. Now I'm at this part. And just all that structuring together from being comfortable with putting words together and everything like that. I do think it really did, or I do think it really has helped me.
No, I can see that. It makes sense too. Like,
was Till Infinity your first like rap battle publicly, or because
my first real one? I consider it my first real one. Like I would do in college I did like some like open mics. And then I did, like, I battled a coworker before at a Christmas party, like when I was working at TGI Fridays, and like, I embarrassed this one girl that we worked with. It was sick, but it was whatever.
That must have been a wild TGI Fridays work party. You got a rap
battle.
It was rap battle at your TGI Fridays work Christmas party.
We were battling in the foyer, and like customers were like trying to come in, and we were just like fucking cussing at each other. Awesome. Like, it was wild. There was like 40 of us in there, jammed in there. Yeah, it was stupid. It was a good night. But my first official real battle for like an actual battle, like promotion, iBattle is like a real thing. It was that, and I felt really good about it. I want to do it again. I want to hop back in the ring.
Yeah, man. It was you bodied that. You bodied the dude on New Year's, and it was literally the last thing that any of us who were watching the show saw before the year ended. So
it was fun.
Sent that off with a bang.
Dude took a hell of a chair shot. Did a couple chair shots too.
Oh my god,
he did.
Dude,
Matt Justice murdered him.
He didn't sell that one on the top rope very well. No. It looked like he caught a little extra one for it on that. I felt bad watching. I was like, bro.
Maybe.
Yeah, maybe. It looked like it. It looked like it. I was like, dude, because he definitely didn't sell that one off the top rope. Like, he got hit with the chair and did a back.
Now you want to get that moonsault in, bro.
Yeah, he did the moonsault, and this turned out looked at Matt Justice like, yeah, look what I did. And I was like, oh, that's not going to go well. And then just waffled him.
Folied him.
Yeah, he just wanted to get that moonsault in.
He got it in. Hope it was worth it. That was great, man. That was such a fun night, man. I could tell you had a good time too, and it was timed well. They timed it great right before the ball dropped and all that good stuff too. So it was fun,
they timed it great. Are you kidding me? Oh, can we talk about this real quick?
Please tell me about this.
Great. Don't even. Okay, so
yeah, tell me what really happened because it looked like it was great.
Yeah, let's get the real story.
It looked good on our end.
Day of the fucking show, Brett is like, "Hey, your battle might be on the actual show. I don't know
That's
yet."
right, because I asked you, because I was like, "How can I see this?" And you're like, "I don't know. I'll let you know." And then it ended up being on the show. So that's okay. Yeah, let's get to this because we had talked about this leading up.
Yeah, I got it might be from you on Twitter about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm like, I don't fucking know. And then he was just like, okay, so we're playing it by ear, we're trying to, play with the time because New Year's and everything like that. So just be ready. We might send you to do it at this point in time, we might not. Like, I don't know. So then like we're going through it or whatever. I'm like, okay, cool. Like, I'll just be ready to go whenever. Like, okay, fine. I've never done this before. Fuck, I'm freaking out. But I'm playing cool. And then, like, it's getting to be, like, okay, they do intermission, they come back, and they have a scramble, and then the Charlie Evans and Alley Catch are wrestling. And they're like, well, if they go till this time, then... Or like, during intermission, like, well, depending on how much time we have, you might go on before midnight, you might go after, you might still be on the pre-show, the after party thing. Like, we don't know yet. I'm like, okay. And then, so it's the second to last match, and he's like, okay, if they are in the ring until this time, then we'll just do the main event. But if they're in the ring until that time, then it's going to be you guys. And then I'm like, okay. And then, like, I couldn't, like, so then, like, I'm, like, getting nervous, like, because it's, like, the time that he said, like, if they're out of the ring by this time, it's you guys. And they're still wrestling. They're still wrestling. Like, shit. And he's like, wait, where's your guys? I'm like, oh, the promoter of the league is here. He's like, where's Jay? I'm like, I don't fucking. I'm looking around for him. He's nowhere to be found. I'm calling him. They're still wrestling. He's outside, like, going through his rounds, like his round last minute. And I'm like, yeah. And I'm like, and I'm calling him, and he's running down the fucking hallway, and like he sees me calling him, and then like he's running down the hallway, and then like they finally finish up, and then Brett is like, tell them to leave. Tell them to get out of the ring now. You got to go. And I'm like, it's 11:47. I'm like, can we get this in right now? I'm like, I don't even know how long this takes. Like, I've never done this before. And I'm like freaking out. We finally get into the ring at like 11:49 or whatever. And I'm like, okay. Intro happens. He intros the battle, and Jay starts rapping, and he's rapping for a minute, and like I could feel the time creeping up, and I felt so bad when I said this, but like at one point when he was like breaking for reaction, I was like, yo, hurry up, I gotta get my shit in.
Yes.
I legit said, hurry up, I gotta get my shit in. And he was like, okay. And then he did his last little bit, passed me the mic, and then I legit cut out my first 16 bars. Like, I cut out my first beginning. I said, yo, let's just get into it. And then I just started rapping from like 16 bars in. And I just started going, and I was done with like 50 seconds left to midnight or some shit. Yeah. My back was to the clock the entire time. I had no idea how much time was left.
Yeah, because I knew where the clock was over there by where the production was. So if like it's over there by the back where the curtain was, right? So your back was to me. That's what I noticed the whole time. I was like, I knew that's where the clock was.
if I was on the other side of the ring, like if I was facing the other way, I would be able to see it, but I wasn't facing that way, so I just did. So like that whole thing, like how we timed it so well, that was just us flying by the seat of our pants and just being ready whenever to make it happen, and we made it fucking happen. And
happy accidents, right? Sometimes those are the best.
Yeah. And I wound up having my first actual battle ever in a wrestling ring in front of hundreds of people live, and in front of however many people were either buying it legally on Fight TV or streaming it on whatever fucking bootleg site they use. Like however many people were watching, that was my battle rap debut. And I killed it. And there's people that have been battling for like mad long that would kill to be in front of that many people. Like, and I was like, yo, I just did that like for no reason. And it came out.
Another thing you manifested and willed into existence, bro. We've talked about that. That's been the underlying theme of the night has been like, let's just get you talking about it so we can make it happen in real life. What do you want to happen? I'll put it out there. Yeah, that's Samoa Joe. Let's start talking about Samoa Joe. We need Samoa Joe doing stuff.
Yeah. Let's get some of those. Let's get some of those early 2000s ROH rematches happening.
And I want George South. I want Samoa Joe in your ring, man. That's all I want. I want George South in a GCW ring, and I want Samoa Joe. Both are doable. Both are going to be doable. Get Brett's ear.
What if Homicide beats John Moxley for the GCW belt, and then Homicide defends the title against Samoa Joe, Ring of Honor?
I'm not gonna. I kind of feel like this is gonna be a Homicide night, man. That's this weekend. He's in the Hall of Fame the night before. What a better way to go the next night, bro. It's Homicide weekend. That's what this is gonna fucking be.
If he wins the belt, his theme song on the way out better be fucking ballin', like it was at Final Battle 2006, or else I'm gonna fucking have a conniption. That was the biggest thing ever. I remember like sitting down in my fucking dining room with Mook. We never sat in my dining room, but on this night we did. And I said, Mook, Homicide just won the Ring of Honor World title and he exited the ring to ballin'. He said to me, that is the coolest fucking thing I ever heard in my life.
Well, make sure you make it happen. You can make it, dude. You're the guy behind the guy over there at the fucking headquarters, man. Make sure it happens in 2 weeks, because that's on you now.
If Homicide wins, that's a song that better play, or else I'm holding you personally off the fucking balcony.
I'm holding you personally responsible.
Climb up
for
to the top.
Bring a thumb drive with the MP3 to the production people and just say, "Look, if he wins, I don't give a fuck what you got planned."
You gotta
play button on that one.
I got a mean pair of shades.
Oh man, that building is gonna go nuts if that happens, and it just feels like it's just setting up for it, man. Like this is just fantasy booking, but with the celebration the night before, with him going into the Hall of Fame, and then appearing to, I'm assuming that they'll announce that match once Moxley makes his AEW TV return, which is one of the things I put out last week in an article, which is supposed to be imminent. So I feel like that match will be announced probably after tomorrow night, because I feel like he's coming back tomorrow night. But we'll see. So hopefully they announce that soon. Yeah, hopefully they announce it soon. Yeah. But
God, I'm so excited for this.
Oh, it's gonna be great, man.
What a time it's for so you guys. Crazy, dude. Within the past 6 months, like not even 6 months ago, the homecoming weekend is when everything changed.
Mm-hmm.
That Matt Cardona match with Nick Gage, everything changed.
And dude, Chicago too. Like the Art of War Games match that night, that was a big crowd. That War Games match and then Cardona's little thing with Frank that whole night.
Things.
that was the launching pad, you know, like really kicked it off again, like to the next gear.
I think, because like I feel like the collective showed people that, you know, we went through the tail end of 2020 into 2021, and we're gonna do this thing now that we can. We're gonna do this, and we got a good deal of buzz off of spring break and shit and Bloodsport and shit like that, the big shows, and we rode that for a little bit. TOS got us a little bit more, but then that homecoming show, man, whew, there was a real tangible thing in the air. There was something. And then after that, you know, you had Las Vegas.
The GCW plant. Yeah, that was the GCW plant night, right?
That was
homecoming.
Yeah. After that, you had Los Angeles on the 7th, and then you had Las Vegas on the 20th.
Mm-hmm.
And then it wasn't until, like you said, that Detroit-Chicago doubleheader, that's like kind of like what cemented it. And then right from there, boom, we go to LA with Minoru Suzuki. Then we go to New York City, do emo fight. We do get lost a lot. Then we're right back in Atlantic City. You know what I mean? Like, it was just like off to
Fight
the
Club
races
weekend. Fight Club weekend, man. Like, that was huge too.
With Mox.
Yeah.
That was another step. And it's like, shit, they're really doing something.
Mm-hmm.
That Fight Club was like Fight Club and All Out. Those are my two like must see 2021 shows. Are Fight Club and All Out.
Dude, that whole weekend that GCW had in Chicago for All Out weekend was fucking incredible. I went to every one of your shows that you guys did that weekend, man. From 3 Cup Stuffed, and then the Saturday show, and then the Sunday shows, and Effie's, everything that you guys put out that weekend was fucking stellar.
I got my mind blown watching Fight Club. Like that whole card was like that's the card that when I'm talking to people and trying to get them to watch GCW, like that's the one. Fight Club and Art of War Games are the two where I'm like, if you're gonna start somewhere, start with these two. But like right from the Leo Rush,
Which
one? Which spring break? Like, they're all good.
From this year.
Okay.
Like, if somebody wants to see what GCW is about, like today, you know what I mean? Like, what's GC? Like, the most current spring break is the most like GCW today. You know what I mean?
That was the.
But then again, we're about to eclipse that in 3 months anyway. So.
Yeah, because the company's evolved.
Because Dallas is right around the corner, pretty much.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah, you guys got a lot of good stuff coming up.
I love that you said that about spring break from last year. That's the first GCW show I ordered. Like that was my introduction to GCW, and I've ordered every single show since spring break. And then gone out of my way to even like, I've actually gone back through the GCW. I've tried to kind of watch in like reverse chronological order, just so I can kind of see things, you know, incrementally backwards, which is kind of a weird way to go about it, I guess. But like, I can just piece it together better in my mind. But I think you summed it up perfectly. That like that's the such a good snapshot of what GCW is all about right now.
Yeah, when you look at like the major matches that occurred on that show, I mean, you have like that amazing Lucha 6-man, and Lucha is a big part of GCW right now.
Yeah,
you have Gage, and Page, and you know, for a death match, I mean, that's one of the best you're ever gonna see.
You can get,
yeah. And so, you know, death match very much within the GCW culture. You have your match between Dickinson and Janela. You know that, you like your mainstays. that just a good hard hitting match, and then you just got everything that happened in between there. But like really, if you look at like those three matches, like damn, like those are things that carried on in GCW throughout that time.
Yeah, man. You guys are going places, and man, we've gone about an hour and 20, so we're gonna try to bring it back in. Yeah, let's just. I mean, you got a lot of stuff coming up, man. Just tell everybody like what GCW's got coming up, but leading up to Hammerstein, because this is our Road to Hammerstein series. So you've got 2 shows this weekend. Kind of run down that, hype that up, and then we'll just we'll go from there. But yeah, tell us about this weekend. What you guys got going on in Detroit and Chicago.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like we talked about a lot of the matches earlier on, but I mean, you got Cardona, Rhino, you got Shelly Jacobs, you got Ruff and Swan, you got Scorpio and Ricky Morton teaming up for the first time ever. All that's happening in Detroit, along with Kevin Nash and Sabu, Alex Colon and Hoodfoot, which I believe is Hoodfoot's GCW debut proper.
Debut, yeah.
GCW proper debut, yeah. Atticus and Matt Justice, I believe, on that card as well.
Yeah.
That's quietly going to be a show stealer, I think, right there.
Dark Sheik just got Dark Sheik got announced for one there today.
Tony
Deppen and Dark Sheik and Tony Deppen on that card as well. Then the next night in Chicago, I mean, we talked about AJPCO, the Briscoes against the Rejects. You have Too Cold Scorpio against Jonathan Gresham. You have Ali Catch against Kylie Ray, Tony Deppen versus Speedball Mike Bailey,
Ricky Morton and Cardona.
That's right. Yeah. That's a singles match for Cardona that night. And then there's one.
Something else. I'm free. I'm drawing a blank.
There's one more match that has been announced, and then plus more, of course, Jeff Jarrett also in there. Chicago.
Effie does something too. Match? Effie's got a match, doesn't he? Does he?
Perhaps.
No. Jeff Jarrett might. Jeff Jarrett's apparently going to be at the show in Chicago. You got Briscoes and Rejects.
He said that. Hold on.
Yeah, Briscoes, Rejects.
Bandito and Blake.
Bandito and Blake. That's the other match. Yes, and how could I forget that? Like that match is going to be incredible.
That's how good these shows are. And then when you're listing it off, you can't even remember that match.
And that's when it's just like.
And mind you. This is coming off memory. This is coming off the top of my head. I can't do this. True. I mean, yes, I do work for GCW, but ask me to remember the card of a CZW off the top of my head in 2018 going into a show. I worked there. I couldn't do it. I wasn't as it didn't matter as much. GCW is killing it right now. Every match that we do is just fucking on top of the world. Yo, they just announced Psycho Clown and Gringo Loco for Texas.
Man.
That's crazy. God. Yeah, Sadiqa versus Matt Tremont.
Holy shit, dude.
What is that going to look
guys...
like? We've got Dr. Wagner Jr. We were supposed to have Negro Casas, but unfortunately, things are what they are, and we will have him at some point in time. But we're doing things with like legitimate lucha libre legends on top of everything else that we're doing, and fucking hell, like
it's incredible, man.
Who's beating us right now? Who's beating us?
I mean, you guys are my favorite product, honestly, in wrestling right now. I love watching your shit more than I do anything else on TV and any of the other independent products. Like you guys got me, man. I'm hooked, man. So I love what you guys do. It's a good time to be a wrestling fan. And anybody that's not watching Game Changer Wrestling is missing out. And I try to that's the point of this. We want people to know like that you're not just about deathmatch wrestling. There's so much for everybody, and if that's not your thing, you can still watch it. And you're not gonna you can not see it if you don't want to.
And that's the thing. When the most eyes are going to be on GCW, here's the thing that people like. Let's figure this out, people.
When you can't do all that stuff in New York,
when the world is going to be on GCW, we can't even do that shit.
You can't
and
do
we're
it because
still
it's in New
gonna
York.
put on the best fucking show. Exactly. They won't let us do any deathmatch shit. They won't even hardly let us do hardcore. Like we gotta fucking debate with them for like chairs and doors and shit. Like, oh, can we do it on this match or this match? Like, oh, okay. Like, nah, like you're gonna see us like as close to a fucking straight up modern professional wrestling product as you're gonna see, cutting edge. And that's what you're gonna see on January 23. All roads lead to this day.
Dude, it's
and on that day, 8:00 Eastern, Fight TV, people better be tuned in because I know that everybody worth their weight in wrestling, whether it's in terms of in-ring talent, behind the scenes talent, executive, they're gonna be tuned in.
Yeah.
They're gonna be watching.
Dude, it's like we said, it's the most appropriately fitting title for a show, the Wrld On GCW, because the entire world, the eyes of the world are going to be on you guys, and it's going to be something incredible.
Yeah.
We are going to do a post show. We'll do it. We've been doing post shows for the last month, and there's some of our best watched, most downloaded stuff, man. So it's the numbers don't lie. The numbers don't lie, like Scott Steiner says, my friends. You know what I mean?
Doing them.
It's so much fun, and who knows, man? I'll be there. So I won't. Maybe I can jump on the post show just for a second to say what's up, and maybe I'll be hanging out with you, my man, because I know that we'll be right there next to each other all weekend. So maybe we can surprise everybody and pop on and tell everybody, hey, from the venue itself. Who knows? But guys, I think if you got anything else, Mike, I think we've touched so much stuff tonight. We've taken about 90 minutes of my man's time here. Do you have anything else you want to touch on before we call tonight? Are you good?
Me?
Yeah, you got anything else you want?
No, we literally touched on it all. Like
everything.
Even the stuff I didn't ask explicitly just got covered organically anyway. That this has been an awesome time hanging out with you.
That's how I figured it would, man. Yeah, no, I appreciate you guys doing this. And Mike, tell everybody where they can find you, man.
Bodyslam.net. I do TV results for with weekly wrestling shows. And then on weekends, I party down and get to do the GCW post shows. So this Friday and Saturday, a couple more shows coming up. Probably going to have some post shows to do. I can't wait to do the post show for the Hammerstein show. Like, that's...
Oh, my God.
I can't wait to talk about it already.
I can't wait to hopefully do a run it live.
Even the stuff that's happening this weekend, though, like, I'm not going to... I can't wait to talk about... Like, I love talking about GCW. It's, like, literally the most entertaining fucking thing in wrestling to me right now.
Mm-hmm.
This is... I tuned in for it in spring break, and, like, I've spent more time watching GCW in the last almost 12 months than any other wrestling company. I love this shit. So, yeah. I'll be here I'll be here for post shows. Can't wait.
I mean, honestly, like, what other wrestling promotion is really going to give you the legends respectably? Like, we respect the legends.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, and they go out and they wrestle hard.
Dude, they
go in.
Scotty and Joey on New Year's was... Or it was New Year's Day,
Scotty's
right?
first match in 6 years.
Yeah.
Incredible. 6 years.
Incredible match. That was like,
and
I'll go on
so
for an
you
hour
got
about
your
that
legend.
one.
Yeah.
You got your people that have been paving the way on the independents for a long time. You know, like we're at the point where we're able to dip into that Jimmy Jacobs, that Alex Shelley, that even Richie Swann. He's in that category. You know what I mean? Like people that have been on the independents for a long time, been in the major leagues, in and out, in and out. We've got those. We got the modern day independent stars. We got fucking luchadors out of control. We got we got the best deathmatch guys. We got the best tag team in the world. Like
you got the best youth talent in the fucking world too. Like
yeah,
I can't believe fucking Nick Wayne's 16. Is he 16?
Nick Wayne.
Jesus Christ, dude.
Nick Wayne, Starboy,
and
Nick
Starboy,
Wayne, Starboy Charlie, Billy Starks.
Billy Starks at 17, dude. Like these are fucking kids that are better than most fucking seasoned veterans.
Jimmy Lloyd isn't even 23 yet.
Jesus Christ, dude.
YDMB.
Yeah,
Jordan Oliver's 21.
Jordan. And so's Charlie and all those guys. We were talking to Charlie earlier today. You know what I mean? Like
Charlie's like 18.
Kids. Charlie said he was 21. Did he lie to us? No, Starboy Charlie. Now? No, Starboy Charlie is 18, but I think Charlie Tiger. We talked to Charlie Tiger. He's 21 from Young Dog Broken. Those guys are but Starboy Charlie's 18.
Charlie Tiger's 21.
Starboy Charlie's 18. Dude, it's insane. The youth in your company is just it's second. And I mean, like the just it's incredible, man.
I just sent Brett a fucking GIF of this dude, this fucking 13-year-old in Japan, doing a fucking top rope acai moonsault. I'm like, what is this? Like, why are these kids able to do this shit? I don't understand. But yeah, so yeah, you got all of this all happening in one promotion, and then like just when you think it gets as crazy it can be, wow, Scotty Duhatti's gonna be on the show. Wow, how crazy! Boom, here comes Jeff Jarrett. What the fuck?
It's insane.
And now it's like, oh, we're just gonna do John Gresham versus Stone Cold Scorpio for the Ring of Honor World Title. And it's like, wait, what? Yeah, we can do that.
Yeah, we can.
Okay, cool. Like, what? Like, it doesn't make any fucking sense. But it's so good.
It's such a good time to be a wrestling fan, man. And I was worried, though, like a few years ago when we were seeing like WWE buying up all the independent talent, that we might be seeing like a hard time for independent wrestling. You know what I mean? Like I was like, shit, man, we're going to lose so many. But no, it's been the exact opposite. All it did was provide more people an opportunity to showcase themselves. And now half those guys are back too. So now the talent pool's even deeper than it was before they left. So it's done. Man, it's incredible. It's incredible right now.
And since they released all these people, and like I'm just counting down the days that I'm gonna be able to ring announce Tim Thatcher versus John Gresham,
or Samoa Joe versus either of those people too. Could you imagine Samoa Joe versus either of those guys in a GCW ring too? Like actually getting to do what they do?
Oh, of course.
God,
absolutely. You know, it's so
Keith
many
Lee.
possibilities.
I want to see some Keith Lee GCW matches.
Oh my god, yeah, dude. So yeah, like the next few months are gonna.
I
want Keith Lee and Keith Lee and Shane Mercer.
Shit,
I like that match, but this match, especially in this building, would go crazy. Keith Lee versus Mysterious Q in Houston.
That's Texas. Yeah. That's some Texas shit right there, dude.
Oh.
Yeah, because Keith Lee is a Texas guy too.
Yeah, he is.
Wichita Falls. But that local arena, they love Mysterious Q.
Mm-hmm.
Mysterious Q versus Matt Justice from that one Houston show is probably one of the best matches in GCW history, as far as I'm concerned.
I love watching his Booker T reality of wrestling stuff, man. Or is that what it's called? Is that what it's ROW?
Yeah.
Because he does a lot of their stuff too, man.
Seriously though, go back and watch Mysterious Q versus Matt Justice from the July Houston show. GCW versus Loco Fight Club.
Mm-hmm.
Holy fuck. That match is incredible.
Wasn't that also like the first time we saw Ninja Mac? Was it?
No, Ninja Mac was around at Spring Break. He was around at the Collective.
Before that, the Collective. Okay, yeah. Dude, man, that's another guy. That's another guy we didn't even barely touch on tonight, and we could probably talk for another 30 minutes on. We'll have to save that for another night, or we'll never get out of here. But
Ninja Mac, Dante Leone, Jack Cartwheel, all those guys.
God damn, all those guys. And Mac's going to do some Noah, right? And he going to Pro Wrestling Noah to do a run? Yeah. Like, what the fuck? Insane.
Yeah.
And he's gotten in shape lately, too, bro.
He's going to fucking...
Yeah,
Ninja jacked.
I've been pretty close. I've been pretty close with Ninja Mac for the past, 6 months or so. We took a liking to each other rather quickly. And I remember him telling me a while ago, he's like, yeah, man, I got these offers from a few different places, a couple in Japan, one in Mexico, and I'm happy it finally came to fruition. I've known about it for a little while, and I've just been waiting for the go-ahead to give him his congratulations publicly, you know what I mean?
Yeah, because he teased it, I think shortly after the Chicago show that we went to.
Oh, it's been...
Yeah, because So I've been waiting to hear where this is going to be.
It was just timing.
He didn't tell me. Yeah, so it
was just timing issue because they weren't sure what they were doing with COVID protocols and everything like that. He was supposed to actually be over there at this point in time.
Yeah,
but
lucky for you guys, he's not, because now you get to use him a little bit more before he does. So
yeah, we got that sweet Leo Rush. Yeah. We got that sweet Leo Rush Ninja Mac Alex Zane match at Fight Club.
Oh man.
That match was stupid. That 3-way drop kick, Jesus Christ! They all drop kicked each other in the face at the same time.
The whole changing directions, the 90-degree angles on the ropes, how they don't get lost in that, in the traveling for that.
What match would be sick? I never thought of it until now. I know, we're still recording, right?
We're still recording, dude. We're still going. Okay. We're fucking
running. The show is still happening.
Yeah.
How about this? Leo Rush versus Arez.
Oh my god.
Shit, yeah.
This amount of speed in that ring would just they might time travel.
The creativity.
Yeah, God, dude, I couldn't imagine that. That would be sick.
I would love to see that match. I'm gonna text that to Brett.
You text that to Brett. Yeah, put that out, man. Tell everybody where they can find your stuff, man. Plug your Twitter, plug all your stuff coming up, and let everybody know how to find your work, because that's what this is really about, is letting everybody know about you and the stuff you guys are doing at GCW, and just so let's push your stuff now instead of everybody else's. So tell everybody where they can find you, bro.
You can find me on 59 South Lee, baby. Holla at me. No, I'm kidding. Paul Wall for that ass.
I love it.
No, I'm on Twitter, Instagram, Tinder, I think, at the Emil Jay, TheEmiljay. I tweet about wrestling and battle rap a lot of the time. And then, of course, at GCW, find me hosting their shows on Fight TV. I like doing it. You'll probably like watching me do it, I hope. I don't know. Follow me.
Follow you, bro.
Cash App.
Cash App you too. Send us some money.
$, the Emil Jay, same thing. If you want to send me $1 or $2, that would be great.
Yeah.
That'd be sick. I don't know. That's all. That's about all I got.
Hey, they definitely need to be following you on Twitter. You're a good Twitter follower in the wrestling world. If they like wrestling, they need to be following you, because
wrestling, battle rap, snacks, beef jerky.
Dude, we didn't even get into your snack stuff. That Mike, you wanted to touch on that earlier, and we forgot to talk about it.
We'll talk about that later. I fumbled the bag on snacks.
That's part 2.
We'll talk about that later. That's part 2. We'll get on that later.
That's part 2.
But Man, we really appreciate you doing this for us, brother. I'll see you in a couple weeks, but I'm gonna wrap this up. You guys, you can follow me right here on you can see my thing. It's at Casshole with 3 O's, CASSHOOOLE. Follow us on Bodyslam Net on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, most of the social media gimmicks. Go to the website, of course, bodyslam.net for wrestling news, results. We got podcasts dropping daily. Do all types of stuff for you guys. Lots of content. I think something for everybody. So we appreciate you guys checking us out, man. We'll have more of these GCW Road to Hammerstein interviews coming out. We should have more soon recorded. So we got these coming out probably the next every couple of days through the show. So man, check us out, guys. Appreciate it. Follow us, subscribe to our stuff on YouTube so you don't miss it. Give this video a thumbs up. All that good promotional gimmick bullshit, man. We appreciate you guys. Good night. Thank you again, Emil. We love this, brother. Emil, we love you doing this shit, bro. I'm going to end this, and we will see